still on the program this morning on ITV on independent television in Benin. Well, the issue of oil, petroleum exploration, you may want to say now, has begun to generate a lot of concerns. Most especially that we have the petroleum subsidy removal recently, and a lot of persons are concerned. What will now happen to the average Nigerian, you may want to say? And of course, how can the interest of the average Nigerian be put to bear? Well, this morning we are so privileged to have the Honorable Commissioner for Mining and Energy in Edo State, talking about Prince Honorable Ojefu Enaholo. Sir, you're welcome to the program this morning on ITV.
Good morning.
Yeah, most sincerely thank you, because I know your schedule it's very tight, but you found that time to come.
Thank you so much.
All right, now, so when we talk about oil, petroleum exploration in Nigeria, it's been so many issues, militating against the smooth operation of, the downstream, sector. Now, let's start from the major issues as it relates to the downstream sector in petroleum operations in Nigeria.
Generally, the sector is more or less so epileptic, and we're having so many challenges from different angles, and affecting the masses, affecting the government, even the governance. So I think what we just need to do is to look for solutions instead of talking and complaining and criticizing the policies and what is going on. So, but I believe so far that some state government and some other parastatals are working towards having a unified atmosphere and having a good comfort place for the citizens to not have this impact so much. Like my state government, you have done so much on that as well. Other state governors are also doing that. So I believe it's a general problem, and I think we hope to see better of good atmosphere for this not to affect the masses. Because what our concern is about the people. Every policies, every laws, whatever you create that affect the people naturally affect your governance. So what we're interested in is that what is the feedback from the people? You can believe me that the people are not happy what is happening in that downstream sector, and because so many people are taking advantage of what is happening, even the epileptic policies and removal of subsidies and so many things that is happening there.
Okay. Now, when you say some state governments have begun to see how they can solve some of the issues, most especially in the downstream sector. Yeah. We're going to come to that so that we'll see what your state government is doing, the Edo State government now. Now, let's look at another critical aspect of this petroleum operations we're talking about, most especially as it relates to the downstream sector. Yeah. Now, you discover that some of the policies that the federal government is trying to put in place to help remedy some of the effects of, take for example, the petroleum subsidy removal. Yeah. Some of these policies, they run ultra vires the policies of the state government. In that kind of situation, how do you think, attempts made by the federal government or the state government now can drive home to cushion the effects as it relates to the end-time consumer?
Now, the federal government are doing so much, as you can see, trying to find a way to create a kind of a space for people to breathe well, despite the effect. And the state governors too are also doing well, to see how they can reduce that hardship. I believe working together with the federal government, the state and federal government working together, I believe there will be kind of relief before the end of the year. But we are working towards having more policies, working towards having more relief and palliatives, to support this hardship, because for us it's too hard on the masses, and my governor is not happy about it, and other governors too are not happy, and even the federal government know, but they just have to do what they have to do because it's needed, at the moment. But there are so many procedures and processes that have come before now, which was not there. But I believe that a few days from now, we hope to see a better, atmosphere for this hardship to go down for us.
Okay. Now, let's come to Edo State now, your own state. You said a while ago that there's no doubt that the Edo State government is trying to do things, put policies in place to kind of ameliorates the effects of the removal of the fuel subsidy. Now, what would you want to say characterizes the policy statements of the state governor as it relates to petroleum operations, as it also relates to the downstream sector in the state? What is the policy statement?
As you know, the Edo State government stand out among other states. You know, our governor saw the vision. He saw, you know, ahead of every other state. That's why we have Model refineries already working, about 2, and capacity is increasing on daily basis. And more Model refineries and other things are coming up. As last time we discussed, the governor wants to see that Edo people are happy. Most of our workers today, they don't come as they used to. You know, sometimes 2 times a week, 3 times a week, they have to reschedule their work so that one can also reduce, you know, that effect. And secondly, we also have now we have a transport system within the workspace that help you to pick you from here and drop you here and all that. So we are trying to, the state governor have done that already. We now have buses, we now have Siennas who are working around the workspace to make sure they reduce that high cost on the civil service. And again, we also have the increment of the salary, which the governor have implemented ahead of other states. I believe you know that the Edo State governor is the first governor to implement that policy very well, successfully, not just by a political statement. And we have been paying, and the governor is paying even before the end of the month. And the civil service and the people of Edo State are happy, you know, seeing what the governor is doing to counter that effect on Edo people. And as of yesterday, we had a stakeholder meeting, which a marching order was given to them. The governor is interested about the people. The governor wants Edo people to be happy. All the governor wants is for our people to be happy. That is why you see investment opportunity, creating an environment for Edo people. And we make it clear to the man and other associations and other people in the downstream, stakeholder in the downstream sector, that we are giving them 14 days ultimatum. Go ahead and adjust your meter to normal. You know, Edo people will not suffer double, you know, charges. We cannot suffer again. You know, after the people buy these PMS at a very high price, you are still tying your meter, and the governor is saying no more tying of meter. So if you want to make your money, you are selling at a high price already. So why tying your meter? So now 14 days ultimatum have been given to them to go and adjust their meter to normal, including the gas stations. Because if you want to see what is happening, you buy 1 liter from these PMS stations. You discover that it's not 1 liter. Before you get to the Unibank junction there, you discover that before it's finished. Why? Because they are adjusting meter and still cheating the people. So the governor said, you know what? This thing must stop. So don't cheat my people. You must make sure you adjust your meter to normal. That 14 days start from yesterday. Okay. So we are waiting to see by next week, implementation will stop. So by the grace of God, the governor is doing so much. He has so many plans for us in this sector. You know, it's doing so many initiatives are coming, how we can reduce this hardship on Edo people. Okay. We also talk about the gas stations. The association was there, the union came, and we told them to, please talk to your people. Make sure the gas they are giving to Edo people is normal. Let 1 kg be 1 kg. Let 1 liter be 1 liter. That is the message we pass to them. And they were all happy because they know the governor is a man with full of passion, a man of integrity, and have that profile already with him. If he tell you I will do this, he will get it done. Okay. So as of yesterday, I think the message is clear. And the governor is coming out with so many other initiatives that will reduce the hardship on Edo people. Okay,
no doubt that your ministry, Ministry of Mining and Energy in Edo States, you know, has been organizing a series of stakeholders meeting to ensure that they collaborate with operators in the downstream sector and all that. But for some people, they begin to look at all this as political attempts. I mean, this is not the first time that we're having issues with the petroleum sector, the downstream petroleum sector in the state. 2024 is around the corner, and they begin to see the political angle of this initiative. So what do you think the state governor, what does he intend to achieve with all this?
Our governor is not that Adamic leader, you know. Our governor is futuristic. You know, our governor is a leader that you must see with different. You have different side of him, and one of the major focal points of the governor is the people. So we are not about what is coming. Election is coming. The governor is not interested. His interest is the people. If the people are happy, the government is happy. We are not doing things because of politics. We are not doing things because election is coming. Look at the massive project going on everywhere. It's not because of politics. The governor's center interest is about the people. And what we are doing, I think, just check the 2 weeks in office. I came in last month, and the stakeholder meeting is a kind of it's a synergy. We are talking together. They understand my language very well.
What is the response?
Now, they are so happy. You can call so many of them, because what we are telling them, the things that we are doing, we are showing them proof. You know, we are showing them proof. It's about Edo people first, before politics. It's about Edo people. Because politics will come and go, but the people still remain. So what our investment, our focus, our interest is how to develop Edo State. That's what we are interested in. In the mining sector, you saw what happened the last time. I make sure I give them what they want. I understand the pain. I understand what they are passing through. We understand the system. So the governor, most of the crop of commissioners that the governor have, they are people who have experience, who are practitioners. You know, not the politicians who come and say a lot of things and go. Some of us are practitioners. We understand this industry very well. So we know the problem. The governor wants to solve problems. The governor wants to create more opportunities. The governor wants to make sure the environment is open for us, for business to strive. As I speak to you today, except those who don't have a very clear vision of what is happening in Edo State, many investors are longing and bidding to come to Edo State. I can tell you for free, because Edo State have the best enabling environment as I speak to you now. Just watch out few months from now, you will see what the Gelegele port will come up with. Watch out few months from now, you see what the oil sector will come up with. We are trying to solve the problem now. Like the meeting we had yesterday.
For a governor that is on the verge of leaving, the governor has less than a year.
Whether he's leaving tomorrow, whether he's leaving next tomorrow, the government interest is about developing Edo State. Leaving that impact, creating that impact before you leave. The governor wants to finish well and finish strong. That's what he's interested in. He's a man of, you know, full of that strength to deliver. And he will give you the instruction. He will give you the marching order. Do this for the people. So for those who are saying politics is just 2 weeks from now, 3 months from now, for us, we are doing it for our people. Do you understand? So now, for the downstream sector, we told them yesterday, we have so many plans. They were there when some of the conversations were going on. That, okay, your problem first. Tell us your problem. One of the problems is that, oh, we have this problem of buying PMS from a very far distance from Lagos or from other places. Okay, what happens if there is an agreement with some investors to set up a tank farm?
A tank farm in Edo State?
Yes.
That's feasible?
Yes.
That's feasible?
It's feasible because, look at it. The business of governance is to provide an enabling environment. Do you understand it? Now, you see the model refinery. Nobody ever think it's possible. If you ask anybody, you say, oh, who want to build modular refinery? But it's working today.
There has been so much contestation now, controversies around the modular refinery.
Because people don't have information.
Some say it is not operating optimally, while some say it is not even operating at all. What is the true state of that
I have a conversation with one of the stakeholders. He made mention, oh, they are producing this, they are not producing. And I asked him, when last did you go to modular refinery? Have you gone out of your space to see what is really happening in Edo State? Sometimes people who talk about what the government is doing have not traveled out of their space. Do you understand? Imagine somebody living in a far place from Edo North or living in a place far away from Edo South. You have not traveled out of that space. You don't know what is happening. So get the right information. It's powerful.
Okay,
it helps you.
Yeah.
Now we're working towards that. Another problem that we're facing is, oh, you know what? We have challenges with this multiple taxation. We let them know, no, we're going to resolve that too. Most of these taxation are from unions and different unions. We want to reconcile everybody. The defunct DPRO team were there yesterday. We talked to them. We also let them know this is what Edo State government wants. The businesses in Edo State must flourish, but Edo people should not suffer because your business is flourishing.
Okay, now let's go to the farm plant you talked about, because that thing really interests Edo people.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of going to Ogara to purchase fuel, go to Lagos to purchase fuel, you can go somewhere in Edo State. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about large volume of petrol,
Yeah.
you know, puts in those gas plants. Now, this petrol, are they going to be conveyed by transport or conveyed through some pipelines?
No, there will be a jetty. There will be a jetty. So as at the
There'll
time
be agencies.
yes, there will be a jetty.
Jetty.
Yes, there will be so many things to. It's going to be close to the seaside, to the water side. What we want to do first,
apart from Gele, do we have that large water to contain such jetty?
just wait for the space. Just wait for the space we are going to create. Edo State is blessed with so much natural resources. Just wait for this space. All we want to know is your problem.
Yeah, because I'm trying to look at the water space in Edo State now.
There'll be a lot of dredging. Hopefully you know that. There'll be a lot of dredging. So let those team come and do survey and give us a report. But what we just want is to have the problem on our table, then we'll begin to find solutions to them. So tell us your problem. We'll also tell you what you need to do. After telling us your problem, we're also telling you Edo people have problem. The problem is that what they are getting from you in your filling station is just half a liter. And they said, oh no, we have this problem. I say, first, solve the problem of the people. Because you are buying this product. Some of this product was bought at a very low price before the price was increased. So you are still making more profit from there, and you are still making extra profit by cheating the Edo people.
Okay, now, Commissioner, what do you make of these allegations now, making around that some government officials in the petroleum downstream sector, you know, in the sense that some government officials, some politicians, big-time politicians now, are even owners of filling stations in Edo State? Okay,
as I told you before, we are not interested in who own a filling station. We are not interested in who the politicians who have filling stations. What we are interested in is that your filling station must sell 1 liter for 1 liter. Your gas station must sell 1 liter for 1 liter.
Is that why the state government has probably not put up a task force?
The task force
calls
our governor
made some of the activities.
Our governor understand negotiations, understand collaborations. That's why we're having stakeholder meetings. So we don't want to just go out and start enforcement. No, it's not possible. So first, call these people. Tell us, why increasing these liters? Why are you adjusting your meters? You see, a lot of concern came up yesterday. Oh, we know we are buying at this price. We have to... No. You are selling at a high price already. So we're able to resolve that, establish that first. Now we are giving them time to pass the message around across everybody that are involved. Send a message. Please tell them the governor is saying Edo people need to have 1 liter for 1 liter. So whatever you have done to your meter, please go back and do it again. Adjust it, put it to normal. So we have enough time for them to do that. So that is the relationship we want.
Okay, apart from the fear now, perhaps this will be the last question because of time so that you can go to work this morning. Now, apart from fear, we have issues with domestic gas. That's one big issue in Edo State, in Benin City. You go to gas stations, you want to buy gas, there's no guarantee to actually tell you that they are giving you 1 kg. What is the state government doing in this direction? Okay,
during the stakeholder meeting yesterday, the union, they came as well. And they explained to us that, oh, you know what? We don't even know some of these gas stations. We don't even know who owns these gas stations. I said, no problem. Already, when I came to office, I got an instruction from the governor, let's have a database of how many filling stations do we have in Edo State. As I speak to you now, that one is already ongoing. We have a database now. Every day we are putting more, uploading more numbers of filling stations.
Oh, really? You mean there's going to be a database for filling stations?
That was my first assignment, first week in office. We are doing it, and by the end of next month, we're able to do it both in the oil sector and the mining sector.
What do you want to achieve with that?
First, it will give you that comfort to know the sources, the growth we have in Edo State. Because the Edo State is growing. People they don't know that the state is growing. We have massive development going on in Edo State. The population is going up every day. Do you understand it? And investors are not ready to come and invest when you don't have numbers. Business is about numbers. So if I'm coming to build a tank farm, how many filling stations do we have? What are my off-takers?
Okay.
It will guide us and direct us. So now we also go home and want to know the list of all the gas stations we have in Edo State. And we also we found at a very there's this angle of pain that we are looking at. We are so futuristic. There are some gas stations that are close to churches. There are some gas stations that are close to market. We are telling them no. These people must relocate. Okay. So we are going to work with other relevant agencies to make sure that we come together and tell some of these gas station owners, please, this is the procedure, this is the master plan. Don't put this here because of this, and you must be registered.
Okay, we may have to let you go because of time. We are so loaded this morning, and because of your time too, so that you can go to work today. Hopefully, we should be able to bring you back here,
no problem,
so that you answer some of the questions, because we have a lot that we need to ask you as it relates to the downstream sector in petroleum activities.
Thank you so much. Just to round up, we are telling Edo people, the governor have your interest at heart.
Okay.
And they have given us instruction to make sure your 1 liter will be 1 liter.
Okay, beautiful.